Welcome, everyone. Please be seated. Before we start with the ceremony, I would like to ask everybody to please turn off the ringers on your cell phones. That said, if you want to be active during the ceremony and want to share on media, please use hashtag PopPol2019. That's PUBPOL 2019. It is such a joyous day for us to be here today together to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates and how proud we all are of your accomplishments. But we also know, and each one of you know, you did not do this alone. This is Mother's Day's weekend, or Caregivers Weekend, Parent Weekend, however you like to think of the person who was your mother in your life. And therefore, I would like all of our graduates to stand up and turn towards your families, your caregivers. Please, go ahead. Turn around and give them a round of applause. Yep. I've got a daughter graduating from college next weekend and a son graduating from high school in 2 weekends. So this is graduation month for me, but also parent and mother's month in so many ways. And so I just congratulate all of you out there who is in the audience for what you've helped your child accomplish. And the friends, too. Many times it's been friends who helped you through. We have a great class that we're graduating today. 4 programs. We have the largest ever MPP class that we're graduating. So let's hear it for the MPP class. We have an MIDP program, which is our Master's in International Development. Woo-hoo! We're also graduating the largest ever PhD cohort. Woo-hoo! And for the very first time, we're graduating our very first cohort of IMAP students, that is the International Masters in Environmental Policy. Together, they come from 21 different countries. We have a lot of different people in this group. We've got a lieutenant colonel from the US Army, who's graduating as a PhD student. We have somebody who gave birth while they were a student. Woo! Happy Mother's Day! And fortunately, we also have a lot of babysitters who helped her through. Our students, while they've been here, they've done a lot of great things already. They've been working to improve equity around the world. Some of them have worked in sub-Saharan Africa and Asia to address issues of mental health care. They're keenly aware of ethical dilemmas. Some of them have written op-eds and already started to use their voice and the knowledge they've gotten. And they've been very brave and active class, I must say, and very outspoken with a lot of their opinions, which is great for a dean, except they expect action. So, but it's good. It's good. It's all good. So I have the privilege as dean to go on the road a lot and meet our alums. So just based on sort of the big data dive that I can do based on our alum base and what the people I meet when I go out there, I know that you are going to go on to do great things. And it's really important because our country really needs you right now. You know, only right now 6%, less than 6% of the federal workforce are under 30. I realize some of you are not under 30, but you get the point. There's really true need for you to go and do public service. And I know many of you will go on to do different kinds of things. You may not all go into do public service per se. You may not do it immediately. I meet many of our alums who change from doing public service, and they work in the private sector, they work in the nonprofit sector, and they go back and forth all their lives. But I want you to remember that if you're graduating with degrees in public policy and international development and PhDs in public policy and a master's of environmental policy, a lot of responsibility comes with your education. You can no longer hide behind the veil of ignorance. If you work in the private sector, you can no longer sort of go, negative externalities? I'll never know what they are. You know what these things are, and it's your responsibility to put them to work. Because knowledge, it has been said that power comes with a lot of responsibility, but so does knowledge. And so goes the responsibility to also know the difference between wisdom and knowledge. It's been said that knowledge is knowing that a tomato is not a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put the tomato in the fruit salad. So as you receive this education, you become ambassadors for our school, and we're so proud of the things you're going to go on to do. Some of you are going to go on, one of you is going to go on to teach political science at West Point. Yeah. One of you is going to go and work with the World Bank to enhance living standards in parts of the Middle East and Northern Africa. One of you is going to go and work in the Central Bank of India. And another one is going to Philadelphia to use a dual law and public policy degree to help immigrant families and children. And what a time to do that. However, you came here today to celebrate your graduation, and what better way to do that than to have and invite one of our past students to come and share with you some wisdom from the road of having been a graduate of this great institution. So I'm really pleased to welcome today and introduce our distinguished alumnus speaker, Hassan Hamasaid. And Hassan is here today with his wife, Xian, who is also a graduate of our program, and his daughter, Soza, is that right? Yeah, so let's give them a hand for coming as well. Sahang is a graduate from 2007, and he was a Fulbright Fellow. He was born in Kurdistan region of Iraq, and Kurdish is his first language. Sahang was displaced twice by war, and he came to the United States as a refugee. He became a citizen of the United States in 2016, as did I. And he is director of the Middle East programs at the United States Institute of Peace. His job is to build peace. And never have we needed it more. So I welcome to the stage Sahang Hamasaid.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real honor and pleasure to be here with you today on this special occasion. Congratulations, class of 2019, on your graduation. Congratulations to you and to your loved ones on this special occasion, on achieving this milestone. You've made it. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, and Karen Kemp and Stephanie Altlam for inviting me and allowing me to be part of this special occasion today. And congratulations to the Sanford family for graduating the 10th class as a school. It's a great accomplishment. 12 years ago, I was here in your seat as a graduate and also as a student speaker. It's really great to be back at Duke and Sanford, and this time with my wife and daughter in the audience here with me. Among the different themes I covered in my 2007 speech were change and political will. I said, let's create political will. The truth was, I knew too well what the lack of political will could cost, especially in human lives and suffering. But I did not know how to create political will. Folks, I found the magic formula. But for you to get it, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel and attend a special program. I'm just kidding. There is no magic formula, but let me share with you some of my experience with change and political will, or lack of it. As I was departing Iraq in 2005, heading to the US for my graduate studies, and although it has taken me a while, I had convinced myself that I'm not going to become a Gandhi or Mandela, but I could still do my part. I came to the US and Duke as a Fulbright scholar with the intention to receive advanced education, learn from the experience of others, and focus on institutional development. I believed in the need for and power of institutions in building a democracy. And I wanted to learn how to achieve that by learning here. I left Duke empowered with knowledge, confident that I can tackle tougher challenges, and feeling more responsible that I need to do my part to bring positive change. Before Duke, I did not want to work for or with government. However, after my studies here, I became convinced that actually the opposite is necessary, because government plays a big role in people's lives. Therefore, improving government is a worthwhile and necessary investment. My first job after graduation was at the Council of Ministers of the Kurdistan Regional Government in Iraq, where I focused on modernizing the public sector through information technology. It was a very interesting experience, engaging with senior government officials, writing my first real-life policy memos, talking to students at universities to inspire a new generation, applying principles of new public administration, building coalitions for change. I saw that you could win a prime minister's support with hard and methodical work by making it easy for him to say yes or no to a policy. I also saw how even great ideas and strong political will by a powerful leader could be crushed through bureaucracy, corruption, and partisanship. Reflecting on this experience, I learned that studying public policy, working at a policy body, being an academic or a practitioner, you may have the know-how to design and even produce the best policy, but that doesn't mean there will be political will to implement it. I learned the window of opportunity could be very short. Next, I landed at the U.S. Institute of Peace, which is a nonpartisan institution created by the U.S. Congress to work on alternatives to violence and building peace. My focus in the Middle East is particularly Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, 3 easy countries, and where you could see the real-life version of Game of Thrones. Let's take Iraq as an example. In 2013, the direction of the country was alarming. Democratization seemed to have stalled and was sliding back. Community and state relations were deteriorating and threatening to turn violent. I and others at my organization and elsewhere communicated our concerns to policymakers in Iraq and the United States and offered ideas and projects to help prevent the escalation. The Iraqis were divided on whether or not they needed external help. The US and the international community were tired of Iraq and continued to say, these are Iraqi problems and it is their business to solve them. Keep this lack of political will to act in mind. Things got worse. ISIS controlled 1/3 of Iraq in a matter of days. They expanded to other countries and carried out terrorist attacks all over the world, including the infamous Paris attacks. After ISIS perpetrated many heinous crimes, including beheading of foreign journalists and acts of genocide against Christian and Yazidi minority communities, a global coalition against ISIS was formed. Billions of dollars started to flow to spend on a military campaign and humanitarian assistance to millions of refugees and internally displaced persons in Iraq and Syria. Now contrast this will to act and the resources mobilized with the earlier time where there was no interest to engage. In my current job, in addition to believing the institutions, I started to appreciate more the value and power of individuals in and outside institutions. Let me give you an example. In 2014, ISIS perpetrated what is known as the Camp Speicher massacre in Iraq. They killed 1,700 Shia cadets from the south of Iraq and implicated local Sunni tribesmen from the north of the country with the goal of igniting a sectarian war. Our small team of USIP staff and Iraqi peace builders that we trained led a dialogue process to prevent that. The dialogue process involved tribal, government, and religious leaders. We were successful in averting wide-scale communal violence and enabled hundreds of thousands of displaced persons to go home. The will of a small group of people to act with very limited resources gradually and methodically expanded to rise above the political will of those who wanted to ignite a sectarian war and supply recruits to fighting forces on both sides of the conflict. Had the communal fight started, many more lives would have been lost, and it would have been difficult for the Iraqi government and for the global coalition to stop it. This example and others presented the proof that there is a way to address complex problems through nonviolent means. Another story I would like to share with you took place in October 2015. I attended a social function in Williamsburg, Virginia, after a speaking engagement on the future of Iraq. One of the locals discussed the problems of Iraq with me and surprised me really by expressing concerns about similar problems in America. She said, "I see divides deepening in this country and tensions rising." I smiled and said to her, "It is hard to imagine the US sliding into the kind of situation that Iraq was in." I thought she was exaggerating. But as months went by, I saw election campaigns intensify and tensions rise to new heights. I'm not in any political camp, but I do see more clearly the divides in this country. Divides that create or cripple different kinds of political will. We see the resilience of this country, its communities and institutions is being tested. 15 years ago, I was hearing more and more people saying, "I'm a citizen of the world." It has been years since I heard someone say that. There is more inward looking by countries, communities, and individuals. Great power competition, US, Russia, China, is on the rise. There is a lot that could make one be concerned, but I think there is also a lot that could make us hopeful. However, feeling hopeful is not enough. We need action to build and sustain hope. I see peace building as the business of building hope. Good policy could heal divides. That's why producing good policy options is important. In Iraq, the individuals who came together and chose a different path and rose above powerful drivers of violence give me hope. Seeing more schools and graduates working on policy, hopefully good policy, gives me hope. The resilience of this country throughout its history gives me hope. America at peace is necessary for the world to be at peace, and the world at peace is necessary for America to be at peace. Class of 2019, go out there, put your knowledge and skills to work, commit to good policy and positive change. There are infinite ways for you to make a difference. Whether as a member of your community, an NGO staffer, a government leader, a journalist, whatever is your passion or your role. Whatever you have passion for, democratic governance, economic growth, protecting the environment, or something else, it remains true: when there is will, there is a way. But know that change takes time, often requires strategic patience, and also a lot of self-care. And yes, this includes a little bit of treat yourself. Congratulations again. I wish you all the best and all that's to come, and I hope that our path will cross. Thank you.
Sahang, thank you very much. Having alums like you gives us hope. It's now my pleasure to introduce Stephanie Alt-Lam. She's the Associate Director of the Masters in International Development Program. Stephanie? Stephanie has a substitute. Didn't make it into my program. It is now my honor to introduce Francis Latham, who is the director of the MIDP program.
Thank you, Judith. Good morning. The master's degree in international development policy is a 2-year as well as an intensive 1-year program intended to enhance the impact of its mid-career participants on the development of their countries as well as developing countries in general. This year we have 39 graduating fellows who came from 22 countries, including 19 fellows from Asia, 9 from the Middle East, 5 from the US and Europe, and 3 each from Africa and Latin America and the Caribbean. After graduation, and based on their master's project, they intend to make a difference in areas ranging from public finance, tax, and economic policy to public management and governance, education and health policy, climate and the environment, promotion of the private sector, refugee assistance, and peace and conflict prevention. Let's now recognize the MIDP graduates with the diploma ceremony. Mohamed Mutassin Abdallah Mahmoud from the Sudan. Sevilay Akay Guvendi from Turkey. Dulat Bibi Aliyar from Afghanistan. Maria Judith Arrocha de la Rosa from Panama. Rana Tarek Awadallah from Egypt. Sridhar Shiruvolu from India. Dominique Deshommes from Haiti. Erin Edmiston from the United States. Feyza Eldenis from Turkey. Nathalie Vera Emery from Italy. Betul Ersin Uysal from Turkey. Sakun Gajorel from Nepal. Ertan Guvendi from Turkey. Yuto Hashimoto from Japan. Rahmat Irawan from Indonesia. Sandeep Jain from India. Kemal Kurkif Kabeto from the United States. Manal Kala from Palestine. Serik Kalkamanov from Kazakhstan. Mehmet Fatih Karabulut from Turkey. Min-Kyu Kim from the Republic of Korea. Chinmoy Kumar from India. Christian Patrick Lara from Colombia. Juyung Lee from the Republic of Korea. Sanguk Lee from the Republic of Korea. Al-Husseini Maiga from Mali. Masuma Maksudi from Afghanistan. Mustafa Kaner Meydan from Turkey. Branka Panic from Serbia. Ramesh Parameswaran from India. Nurbolat Sujirbekov from Kazakhstan. Dwinanda Ardi Swasono from Indonesia. Rupali Thakur from India. Yamin Wang from China. Kalkidan Lakyu Yihun from Ethiopia. Jung Yoon from the Republic of Korea. What? I don't know. Okay, Anand.
Anybody else want to graduate?
Come in. Oh. This was Anand Tiwari. My apologies. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations again, Masters of International Development students 2019. I think I'm supposed to now introduce Ken Rogerson, who is the Director of Graduate Studies for the MPP program.
And I'd like to invite Donna to come up and read the names. All right. First of all, I'm honored to present to you the Sanford School Master of Public Policy class of 2019. Just so you know, the next assignment for Pub Pol 808 is due Monday at 5 on Sakai. And if you don't get it in, Mitch will send you a survey. This group came with experience in national, state, and local governments, the military, the nonprofit sector, education, and the private sector. For the first time, we will have graduates from our 4+1 program, through which students who have majored in public policy as undergraduates at the Sanford School can continue their education and complete a master's degree. These graduates may be returning to similar work to what they did before, but many have found new skills, paths, and passions. Today, we pay tribute to and celebrate past growth, present accomplishments, and future possibilities. So join me now in honoring the largest graduating class in Sanford's history, and may my vocal cords be up to the challenge. And just so it doesn't go to his head, not all that applause was for Nick, okay? Nicholas Anuzis. Amanda Ayers. Lindsay Battles Garner. Aisha Benton. Madeline Buchkowski. Tsai Zijing. Lena Julia Cardoso. Aaron Cohen. Jason Dawkins. Ding Senxing. Benjamin Donovan. Jana Driscoll. Dodger Eaton. Mary Ellen Edgerton. Megan Fee. Adam Fisher. Wes George. Sunny Glotman. Kelsey Gold. Augustin Gonzalez. John Patrick Grillet. Shelby Gullion. Bradley Harris. Jennifer Hausman. Celie Horstman. Kristen Jensen. Amit Kanduri. Joseph Emery Kuaho. Josie Link. Catherine Lohmeyer. Thomas Lovely. Luke McDonald. Pooja Rao. Joe Marshall. Sean Mason. Kendall McBroom. James McMahon. Bethan Merrick Nguyen. Aaron Moffat. Gabrielle Murphy. Rashida Neck. Lindy Enhuan. Justin O'Neill. Rohini Ravi. John Reese. Melissa Roark. Blake Rosser. Carlos Sabatino Gonzalez. Eliza Salmon. Andrea Sanchez. Spencer Schaefer. Minahil Shahid. Gordon Silverman. Rory Smool. Abigail Snyder. Veronica Sotelo Munoz. Nandita Srivastava. Rex Still. Tyler Stoff. Kruti Sachde. Mackenzie Sumners. Sophia Tan. Jackson Tufts. Sarah Vanderbilt. Rachel Wall. Wang Zijun. Jessica Wilkinson. Kevin Wu. Elizabeth M. B. Yadav. Megan Ye. Zhang Jinyi. And I think we're done. Abigail Zofchak. Please join me in a round of applause for the Masters of Public Policy 2019 graduating class.
Congratulations to you. Next up is our international masters in environmental policy program, and to present you with your diplomas here is the director, Junji Sang.
It is my honor to present to you the first cohort of IMAP students. IMAP is a joint degree program launched by Sanford School of Public Policy and Nicholas School of the Environment. The IMAP program is administered by Duke Kunshan University. DKU is a joint venture university between Duke University and Wuhan University. It is located in Kunshan City in China, connected with Shanghai by a 16-minute high-speed train. The MEP in IMAP stands for Master of Environmental Policy. It uniquely integrates core courses in public policy and environmental management. The I in IMAP originally means international. Students spend 3 semesters at DKU campus in China and 1 semester on Duke campus in the United States. We have now extended the connotation of I to more meanings: interdisciplinary, innovation, inclusive, and integration. This year, we graduated 10 IMAP students. 8 students are graduating at Sanford now. 2 students graduated 2 weeks ago at DKU. Now we recognize the IMAP graduates with the diploma ceremony. Gao Yan, 何刘洋、黄千哲、刘翠、Julie 毛王、Kelly Reardon、谢小玲、许汉威、Congratulations, graduates.
The last cohort will be graduating today is our PhD students who have worked longer and harder than anybody to get their degree. And I am pleased to introduce to you Seth Sanders, who is the director of the PhD program.
Thank you. One of the greatest honors of being a faculty member is hooding new PhDs. I was asked to say a few words about to introduce the ceremony. To our best knowledge, this ceremony goes back to the 11th or 12th century, when there wasn't a distinction between the clergy and the academy. So the cap and gowns that we wear were probably from clerical origin. The origins of the hood are actually less well known, and since there are many stories, I'll pick the one I like. So the story I like is that the origins were actually an alms bag, and professors would wear the hood at the time of graduation in the hope that their PhD students that were really appreciated them might put a few coins in it. So remember us. If you have a few extra coins, send it our way. We could use it. So now we recognize the PhD graduates with the hooding ceremony. So, Lisa, do I announce this and then you go ahead and say what you can say? I'll announce these. Okay. Brian Groves. Brian is getting his PhD in public policy with a political science concentration. His dissertation Presidents Fighting the Last War, Sunk Cost, Traumatic Lessons, and Anticipated Regret in Vietnam's Shadow. His advisors are Peter Fever, and he is going to be hooded by one of his faculty members, Bruce Jettleson. Yating Lee. Yating is getting her PhD in environmental policy with an economics concentration. Her dissertation is 3 essays in energy and environmental economics, and she is being hooded by her advisor, Billy Pizer. Emily Petchar. Emily is getting her PhD in environmental policy with a political science concentration. Her dissertation, Depolarizing Environmental Policy, Identities and Public Opinion on the Environment, and she is being hooded by her advisor, Frederick Meyer. Yeah. Faraz Usmani. Faraz is receiving his PhD in environmental public policy with an economics concentration. His dissertation, 3 essays on energy and development economics, and he is being hooded by his advisors, Subrendu Patanayak and Mark Juland. Now, the tradition is that once you receive your PhD, you are allowed to participate in any graduation at any university in the world. And so our next graduate is Jaron Borton. Jaron is receiving his PhD in public policy with a political science concentration. His dissertation, 3 essays on decisions to use military force. And he is being hooded by his advisor, Bruce Jettleson, and his sister, Dr. Tracy Warden. Emma Zhang. Emma is receiving her PhD in public policy with a sociology concentration. Her dissertation is 3 essays in population studies, and she is being hooded by her advisor, Christina Gibson Davis. Rebecca Lehrman. Rebecca is receiving her PhD in public policy with an economics concentration. Her dissertation is methodological and theoretical advancements in the study of household decision-making and gender, and I have the distinct honor of hooding her. And we have one more person marching today, but before I call her, I'd like to acknowledge a few students that are not here: Maria Carnevale, Josh Rivenbark, Mike Burrows, and Sierra Smucker, who all have received their PhDs today, but couldn't make the ceremony. And our last recipient of the PhD is Ade Aliyenka. She is receiving her PhD in public policy with a political science concentration. Her dissertation is Constrained Coordination, How Strategic Interests and Bureaucracy Shape Donor Coordination. And her advisor who is hooding her, two advisors hooding her, is Fritz Mayer and Kate Wetton. Congratulations.
Before we bring our ceremony to the end, I want to acknowledge a faculty member who is the recipient of the Dick Stubbing Teaching and Mentoring Award, and that is Marcus Rangel. While it is true that you guys couldn't have done what you did without your own willpower and without the support of your friends and family in the audience, it's also true that the faculty on this stage have been there for you and that you couldn't have done it without them. So let's hear in general a hand of applause for the faculty. Today we are honoring Marcus especially for his service as a teacher. The selection committee considered nominations from the faculty with regard to their contributions to intellectual, professional, and personal development of graduate students over the last 3 years. And the committee was made up of 3 students and 2 faculty members from the 3 master's programs. In their nomination, the materials that were put up included comments from students who had taken classes with Marcus. And they wrote as follows: "The instructor was phenomenal. He clearly knows the material and cares that we understood it for our professional careers. Marcus is one of the most thoughtful and responsive professors I have had at Duke. Not only does he answer our questions in a clear and concise way, he dedicates his time ensuring that no student is far behind. His use of real-world examples reminds me of why econometrics matters. Marcus was excellent. He's an excellent teacher, takes time to reiterate concepts if students need it, does not make students feel stupid for asking questions. It's clear he cares about his students and their learning economics. Honestly, he's possibly the best professor I've had so far at Duke." Another student wrote, "Incredible instructor, really the most knowledgeable professor I had this year, responsive, enthusiastic, and great at what he does." So from the nomination committee, we also got some comments. He was nominated several years in a row, and the nomination committee this year wrote that an econometrician that knows his craft inside and out. Professor Rangel commits extraordinary energy to impairing his expertise to his students and pushes them to expand and explore their intellectual curiosities with strict rigor. So let's hear it from Marcus Rangel. I'd also like to acknowledge one more professor today. This is a professor who has served the school for 3 decades, and he's now going on to be the dean of the Korbel School at the University of Denver. This is Professor Fritz Mayer. Fritz, would you please stand? Before I close, I also want to acknowledge, as you all well know, that none of your degree or the ceremony or anything that's done or gone on here at Duke would have been possible without the dedication of our staff. Please, would you rise and give our staff a hand? Thank you. Before I make the final housekeeping announcements, I want to remind you of a story that was told by Mitch Albom in Tuesdays with Morris about the wave. This little wave that was happily bobbing along in the ocean and enjoying the wind, the weather, the sunshine, and just having a grand old time, enjoying being a wave. As it got closer and closer to the shore, it looked in horror and saw, oh my God, everybody's crashing. This is not good. And he became quite depressed. Along came another wave and said, what's the matter? Why do you look so sad? Look ahead, he said. Everybody's crashing. This is disastrous. But the bigger and older and wiser wave said, do not worry. You are not just a wave. You are part of an ocean. And with that, I also want to remind you that you are not just a student. You are part of Forever Duke. You are part of the Sanford alumni. You're joining 7,000 alums of this institution from 100 countries around the world. You're joining 170,000 alums, Duke alums from around the world. And you do not have to do this alone. We are here for you in the future, and we wish you all the best. It's my pleasure now to invite all of you to the commencement ceremonies tomorrow at the Wallace Wade Stadium. The speaker will be Lisa Borders, who is the president and CEO of who was the president and CEO of the women's advocacy group Time's Up. So if you can join us for that, we welcome you. Meanwhile, we invite all of you, families, friends, graduates, everybody, to join us over in the tent between our buildings to celebrate your accomplishments. With the class of 2019, please stand. Congratulations.
you.